Hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Zath Replay Theater. And this one I guess we could say is another joint commentary with a special guest star, Vartazian.
Hi, I'm Vartazian.
Now this is a little different. Vart is obviously not the player that Charles Martel, but he is kind of our guest commentator. He's going to join in for some fun, and we're going to kind of basically look at this game together and just kind of have a conversation about what we see and how it's playing out.
We're gonna judge greatly what everybody's doing.
That too. So while I do my screenshots, Vart, why don't you say something about the Charles, if you don't mind, in ranked, what you've seen about it?
All right, so the Charles Martel, it's definitely a niche ship. So in terms of ships that like kind of have a one role that they do really well, the Martel is actually the opposite of the radar cruisers. The Charles Martel is exceptionally good at flanking. It's so fast, it's actually difficult to hit. It's got really good rudder shift time, and it's got really accurate 203s. Almost everybody I know that played the Martel in randoms when it first came out, this was the ship that surprised them. So its DPM is low, but usually that's offset by the fact that you're absolutely crushing people on a flank. You load up your AP, you find your Chapayevs and your New Orleans that are hugging islands, and you just they can't move. You're faster than them. You dictate the engagement, and you just kind of move in and wipe them out.
Absolutely, and this is kind of the cruiser I've been trying out in ranked and enjoying so far.
Yeah, I actually don't have a Martel. I'm on the Algerie right now. Because I did want to get the Henri, but I have seen lots of people play it, and I've helped other teams with their Martel when it comes to supremacy. So I know what it's capable of doing.
Roger. And let's take a look real quick at flags set up. So we've got both fire chance, speed, anti-detonation, consumable reload, all the usual flags you'd want. Any other ones you could think of?
Military month. Everyone who has that, luckily. Yeah. Other than that, no, I don't see any other different flags. I think they're just running the basic 5 setup for cruisers, where you're not taking like the flooding chance or the AA. So, Martel AA is really not that good unless you spec into it, and even then, it's pretty pathetic. The French didn't really have good AA in this game, so.
And we know how much you like AA.
Oh, so tragic. At least he has the fighter to panic stuff, but, you know, that doesn't really help.
And it's premium.
Yeah, premium fighter, you know. Drop the 23,000 credits and get, like, 3 minutes off your reload. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that's actually never made sense to me on the Yamato. You have 11 spotter planes. There's a 6-minute cooldown if you don't go on premium. Like, the math doesn't add up. You'd have to play for an hour almost to launch them all.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Just Yamato things.
Just Yamato things.
So, shall we, let's see, we see that they're talking about aggressive play into B, which is, what do you think about that?
Going into AB, what were the destroyers again? They have a Benson, and I think they have a Longjiang?
Yeah, they have a Benson Longjiang against Benson Longjiang.
Yeah, so each side has one radar, and one of them has German Hydro. Martel doesn't want to be close because it is not the most resilient ship. So an aggressive play into AB doesn't seem like the smartest choice to me. Usually you want to kind of work your way from the outside and push into B. I find that a lot of teams in ranked tend to just go straight for B, and then their DD dies and goes, "Why didn't you help me?" And it's kind of like, well, you know, you're literally going into, what is it in military terms, the kill box? Yeah. There's nowhere for you to go.
No man's land.
Yeah, no man's land. So, aggressive push to B. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for them.
Yeah, now, you said they have 2 radars, so you're automatically assuming this Edinburgh has radar.
Majority of the time, in rank 5 queue at least, Edinburghs are running radar. I don't know what I think of the Edinburgh. Maybe I'll save that for another video, but most Edinburghs I found are running radar, just because it's the same as the New Orleans radar. I guess people really want the utility of the heal and the radar as well. So that's why I'm saying that. And then if the Hipper isn't running the German Hydro, why on earth would you ever take a Hipper into rank? Is kind of my whole.
Yeah, part of me almost wishes I could go back and just play Prince Eugen or something just to farm the salt, but I don't want to do that to myself.
Yeah, I think the most rage I've ever had at this game was at Jets from the Midway when I first got my North Carolina, and when I played the Admiral Hipper when I was 5,000 games in. I hated that thing.
Now, what do you think about Mogami? I mean, obviously Atago we know is strong. Kutuzovs are both strong. What about this Mogami?
Mogami, 155 makes it a DPM monster. Obviously, not everybody wants to drop $60 on a Kutuzov, so Mogami is okay. I'd rather see an Atago on my team, though, because of the heal. And, just generally because I think the Atago is a better ship. 155s are fine, but if you're going to bring 155s, try and bring a radar or a smoke.
Gotcha.
With the Kutuzov or the Chappie. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay.
The one good thing about the Mogami is it's also a really good flanker. Does the Mogami have 155s? I think looking
Yes.
from the back here, it has 155s, yeah.
Yeah, I just sailed over and double-checked.
Yeah, so, yeah, it has 155s, which means that you're kind of just a weaker Chapayev, but stealthier. So if he's really good with his stealth game, he could do a lot of damage, actually. A lot more than a Kutuzov if he gets into the right place at the right time.
Sounds good. Well, I think we've kind of gone through the lineup. We've talked about their initial discussions. So shall we hit the play button and watch it in real time?
Let's get it going.
All right.
Martel hits the Spood Beast immediately.
And hits the Kutuzov.
Rams the Kutuzov right in half.
A little horn action, why not? Now
Yeah.
the Amagi is also kind of supporting him, looks like.
Yeah, so the Amagi is kind of like the bigger Martel of ranked. The Amagi's a really good flank ship. You know all about that from Supremacy League. Normally your North Cal is the one bow tanking everything, and then the Amagi is the one skirting around the flank. In ranked, most Amagis I've been seeing have been trying to do that as well.
Yep, I played Amagi myself and ranked a few times. I do enjoy it. Although one time I had a Charles completely demolish me, just 1v1, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna try that ship now.
Yeah, like I said, everyone underestimates the Martel. The Frenchie doesn't get the credit it deserves. And the reason why he probably kicked the crap out of you is that belt on the Amagi that goes from aft to bow really doesn't protect you from 203 HE.
No, it doesn't. Or 155s with IA Fiji.
Yeah, it doesn't do that either, so...
Whereas the North Carolina and Alabama are both... I mean, their bows can be penned, but not their decks.
Not their decks, no. I found myself shooting at the fronts of NCs, just kind of poking my New Orleans around or my Kutuzov to get that. So, right away, the Martel's doing pretty much exactly what I hoped he would do, which is he went straight to the flank. So, the main fleet's fighting. I don't know how the DDs are doing right now. It looks like they might be full. Yeah, they're both full right now. And they got A, but A got contested right away. I'm assuming from the outside. So, yeah, there's the Longjiang that normally will sit on the outside and kind of at the Chapel Island.
Yep, and C is being capped as well now.
Yeah, so they know where both DDs are. So right now, it's kind of in a situation where, with what they have, they need to hold AB. They need to win this fight because they're up technically a ship there.
Right, but they're probably now on Longjiang Hydro.
Yeah, they are on Longjiang Hydro, being 4-5 away. Which is really not good because the enemy has 4 cruisers. I know that both teams have 4 cruisers, but you don't really care how many cruisers you have when you're on the Hydro.
Absolutely.
So Martel gets detected, so he knows that the destroyer has either left and gone up to the E9 line, or the destroyer is pushing through C. Right. Yeah, through there.
Trying to go for torps or something on the Amagi, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like there's some torps actually came from C into B.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, New Orleans took a big chunk. Benson took a big chunk.
Yeah. So yeah, looking at it, I'm looking at the New Orleans right now, and the New Orleans is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's not up against islands. He's fighting in the open. So that's something that he should probably try to rectify as quick as possible. The Kutuzov can fight in the open because it has smoke.
Right.
But if the Longjiang Hydro is going to be detecting them, then that's a problem. You notice how the Kutuzov has a much better position?
Oh yeah.
He's behind an island. He can line of sight people. That's what they should be doing. The Edinburgh's pushing in, it looks like, to keep an eye on everyone with radar, assuming he does have radar. We haven't seen anything yet.
New Orleans is probably going to go down. I think I'm going to switch back to our Charles now since he is being engaged.
Yeah.
And AP into the broadside of an Otago.
Otago. Yep. Boom. Wow. Only one pen. That's
Otago troll armor.
troll armor indeed. He didn't even hit him. Reflectors. So right here, the Martel switches back to HE, which is good. Once the Otago goes past 30 degrees, if you're not in an American ship, don't bother.
He's got incoming fire alert.
He does have incoming fire alert. It's the fire on the Otago. Otago's been taking a lot of pen damage from the Amagi.
AP thinking that the Otago might try to get torps off.
That's a weird torp spread. Ah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, who has single fire torps over there?
Now we know that there's a Kutuzov and Hipper nearby as well, plus the smoke tells you there's obviously a destroyer still hanging around. That would be the Benson.
Yeah, or that's the Kutuzov smoke.
That's true. Well, that's a pretty large area for a Kutuzov.
Yeah,
though.
so it looks like the back smoke is the Kutuzov smoke, judging from all these rounds coming in.
Yep.
And then the front smoke would be Benson, because the Benson was moving over to C, yeah.
So is our Charles doing what he should be doing at this point?
Right now, he's making the best of a poor situation. Because there's no radar, if there was a Chappie on the team, or something like that, that could move up behind the island here, behind the main island at F7, kind of between F6 and F7, the Martel would have some really good shots, but what he should be doing is pretty much what he is doing, which is going dark and going to the flank.
Mm-hmm.
In New Orleans goes down, so that's not a good sign from the start.
Yep. Let's move over to the other side.
Yeah. Edinburgh just gets smashed by the Amagi.
And
What do
that's
you
the.
think-
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask, what do you think of this Longjiang position, like the green Longjiang, Silver Fox? How do you think of his position right now?
It looks okay. It looks like he's getting stealth shots on the Longjiang, and that's the important thing. Unfortunately, by doing that, he's also not really helping the team with spotting things or even sending torps. But oh, that Amagi just says, "You die now."
Yeah, the Amagi's doing work right now. He's doing really well.
He is.
So at this point, pretty much what the Longjiang should be doing is moving into C, popping Hydro, I think, and keeping an eye on everything. It'll make life a lot safer for our Martel, who is going up the flank. I think what he's trying to do right now is trying to get up so he can AP that Kutuzov when the smoke goes down.
And those are Otago torps. He just took one. I guess, should we switch back to his view now?
Yeah, let's go back to his view. Let's have a look-see.
Now, in a one-on-one engagement, it's kind of hard for a Charles to win against an Otago simply because the Otago's got that heal.
Yeah, and more health. And technically one more gun.
And more torpedoes.
And more torpedoes. Yeah. But a really, really bad citadel when you beach.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Goodbye.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Now, he should be popping Hydro now. I'm not sure why he hasn't, but that's alright.
Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't popped Hydro. So it looks like he's trying to get the flank shots. Right now, I think the Martel is actually just kind of in DPM mode.
Yeah.
Deal as much damage before this North Cal smacks you.
Yeah.
Like that.
And
right?
he is charging the NorCal, and he is keeping his bow directly pointed. I disagree with that. I think he should be angling a little bit more because of really bad pens like that, because these battleships can overmatch the bow. But we're going to see him go down very shortly, if not to the Kutuzov, then to the next salvo, I think.
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry, sometimes my game does that.
Yeah, no worries. I get it.
Including during a ranked battle. It's kind of frustrating.
Ooh, all 9 guns, 5 shatters, 4 bounces.
Yep.
The nice dodge gets in there. He's so saturated right now that the destroyer that actually just got killed can't hurt him, and the Hipper I don't think is even looking at him. So
this is pretty funny.
Oh, this is a glory charge. So is he going for the ram or is he turning into a torpedo? Oh, he's gonna try and go around.
He already used his left torpedoes. Kind of wish he would have held them. Oh, he's trying to take out the rear gun.
Yeah, he's trying to get around behind them. But the thing is that North Cal secondaries, this guy is so saturated.
Just double citadel. Wow.
This is the least luckiest North Carolina I've ever seen. There we go. Gets the fire.
Oh,
he repairs it right away. He's out turning the guns. So he doesn't have to run speed. Yeah, those are still down, man, for another 5 seconds. So he gets back onto the flank, throws down the torps, and right here, I bet you he's just gonna try and turn away.
No, I would turn in.
You're gonna turn in?
Yeah.
Go for the ram?
Well, no, just try to keep his guns.
Yeah.
Keep his guns away from me.
Okay, that was awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So his the secondaries took out his rudder, and so he was still turned. I can't believe how saturated that Martel was. Literally, look at his aft. Literally one shot, all I had to do was hit that, and he was dead.
Yeah.
But everything was hitting center mass.
Well, something hit the anti-air gun, so that anti-air gun won it for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wow. I wasn't expecting that ending.
No, I wasn't either. That was amazing. Oh man. And just like so many other replays I've done, that the game ends before you can even like take a look around. You're too busy like, oh my god, what's going on here?
Yeah, now I see why he sent that one in. It wasn't the most glorious fight up to the first half there. That he fought he's either the luckiest Martel NA or the unluckiest North Cal NA.
Let's go with both.
Yeah, let's go with both, because surviving with 130 health after, like, when you're 1 kilometer away from a NorCal, you get a double citadel after you missed your first torpedo. I don't know, man. It's the stars aligned on that one, I think.
And this is why World of Warships is so fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Everyone complains about RNG, and it's those kind of moments that make people keep playing, right?
Absolutely. I have to go back now and redo screenshots on that replay just to get that, up close fight or something, right?
Yeah, that was a really good fight. I've never really seen Martels get that close because they almost always lose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, any other comments you want to make from what we saw there?
Essentially, the takeaway from the replay is, I think, and I think you'll agree, is that if you're going to take a Martel into rank, flank with it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you won't survive with 170 health when you're point blank from an NC, but if you saw, he really put the squeeze on the Hipper, the Atago, on the NC. He was always on the outside, which is where you should be.
Yes, and I would argue he also kind of halted the Kutuzov's advance too.
Exactly. And that's one thing I've been noticing a lot more in ranked, is that you need to get that flank advantage, Same with clan battles. You got to get that crossfire. If you're not doing the crossfire, your chances are you're in it. So that's an important thing you can do with that you got to keep in mind with your team. So
absolutely. Well, this was a really good replay to start the day off with, huh?
Yeah, that was a good one. That made me laugh real hard.
All right. Well, YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. And, do the usual like, comment, subscribe crap and all that good stuff. And send me replays and let's take a look at more, right? So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll cut this video now.